Hi, welcome back, wonderful students, for another poetry lesson. This week we're talking about how poetry is like music, okay? And the music of poetry. Music, if you have a song, that song is poetry. The words are poetry that are put to the sounds of the music to make that song, okay? And we were talking about yesterday, Eloise Greenfield had a poem that had a really great rhythm. She was going to the store, going to the beach, and then she wrote a poem. It kind of had a little quicker pace to it, okay? She writes some pretty upbeat poems. And here's another one that I like. It's called the Rope Rhyme. It goes like this. Get set, ready now, jump right in, bounce and kick and giggle and spin. Listen to the rope when it hits the ground. Listen to that clappity slappity sound. Okay, that's called her Rope Rhyme. It's by Eloise Greenfield, our same poet from yesterday. Did you guys feel and hear that rhythm? Okay, get set, ready now, jump right in, bounce and kick and giggle and grin. So she had some rhymes in there. She had a beat and a rhythm to it that was kind of like a fun, happy sound, right? Think about it. They're jumping rope. They're at recess. They're having fun. So this has a good feeling to it, okay? Just like music if you were listening to one of our dance songs, okay? But now I want to show you another poem to compare. And I want you to think about how you feel when you read or hear this poem. And this poem is by one of our other famous poets that we have worked with. Okay, he wrote My People that we did our big art project with, Langston Hughes. And this is a poem that he wrote that's just called Poem. And I'm going to read it to you. It says, I loved my friend. He went away from me. There's nothing more to say. The poem ends soft as it began. I loved my friend. Okay. What do you notice about this poem and how it makes you feel? Okay, so let's think about what this poem is about. He tells you right at the beginning, I loved my friend. Well, love sounds good. That sounds positive. But then something happens. He went away from me. So it doesn't tell us whether he moved away or if he died or what happened, but he went away. So he doesn't have his friend anymore. How might he be feeling? Think about that. It says, there's nothing more to say. Have you guys ever had a moment when somebody wanted to talk to you and you said, you know what, not right now. I just can't talk right now because I'm feeling so blue, so sad. Okay. Well, I think that might be how Mr. Hughes is feeling. And then it says, the poem ends soft as it began. So I'm thinking, how did it begin? It began with, I loved my friend. And that does sound soft and nice. It's talking about love. So the poem ends down here the same as it began, soft as it began. I loved my friend. Okay. So this is a very different feeling than our jump rope poem that Eloise Greenfield wrote. That one was peppy and had a fun rhythm. This one, it's got a sadder feeling. And you know what I love about this poem? It reminds me of you guys in Writer's Workshop. When you write an essay, you always tell people at the beginning, the most important part, right? You give them a hook. I loved my friend. And then you remind them at the end what your point was. I loved my friend. He did the same thing. He did the same thing with his poem. Okay. Today, I want you to try to write a poem that either has some sort of big feeling. So it could be a big happy poem, something that makes you really happy, something that makes you really sad. What are some of our other feelings, emotions? What about scared? Is there something that maybe startled you and you could write a poem about that? Okay. Is there maybe another feeling that you're thinking about? Maybe when you were confused? What is that thing? You could write a poem that gets that feeling across. So pick up something today. Think of a feeling that you want other people to feel and understand, and then write your poem. What kind of things do you think about Or what kind of story would happen that might have that feeling? And try to write that down for me. And you can still use your other techniques, the line breaks. You can use the repetition like Miss Eloise Greenfield does, where she repeats lines that she wants to emphasize. Okay, so practice those skills and you can definitely write more than one poem. Challenge yourself. All right, see you later.